What's going on? Today we're going to address the mindset of America. Of late, there have been a lot of people making these stimulus proposal checks on YouTube, and literally their channels have been exploding. And I'm just sitting there. That many people are sitting at home waiting on a check. I look through the comments and I see, well, we can fund these wars. You can fund some Americans. And I don't really know what this country has become because there are so many people who literally want to be taken care of. And it's funny because all these stimulus proposals are crazy because the stimulus proposals are more money than the average person already makes working a job. And I'm sitting there like, why do they keep coming up with these proposals that are fantastical, that don't make any sense? Why are they keep bringing this up? And we're going to talk about that because I have some theories to why this is happening. I have a few ideals why this is happening. I have a few, you know, um, it's kind of crazy. It's things that I have ever encountered, and it's perplexing to me. I just got to keep it a buck. It is very perplexing to me, and it doesn't open itself up to the reality of America or the America that I grew up in. And I'm seeing many, many folks who are, I really don't know. I really don't understand or know. So, what I'm going to do, all right, this is what I'm getting ready to do. The Hustler's Mindset, Pimping Your Mind for Success. This live stream was brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu University. And so what I'm doing is you can get this free. You can get the audio book. And there's something else too. You can get to the mindset course. How to develop the hustler's mindset for mental strength. So we've got all that down there. So you get the audio book and the hustler's mindset course, because I am just looking at what is going on in America right now. And it's crazy. It is just crazy what's going on. So I'm going to give you a few of my thoughts on why this is happening. First of all, these people in Congress already know what the average American makes. They already know. And each one of these stimulus packages is greater than what the average person makes. And they're going like, if you make $130,000 a year, you still get a check. I'm just sitting there like, really? That's insane. So I think all of this stuff is being put out as a way to keep the masses at bay. This is what I think it is. I think it's to keep the masses at bay, because if you were to apply just a little thought to this, it doesn't make sense the way that they're putting out these stimulus packages. that, if you make $130,000 a year, you can get the stimulus package. Plus, you can get $2,000 per month. Plus, you're entitled to get whatever benefits you can get. You're entitled to keep unemployment. I mean, seriously, you will have people under these stimulus proposals making $2,000. They would be making more money than they've ever made in their life. They'd be making $10,000 and $12,000 a month under all these stimulus proposals guidelines. And the thing is, they keep putting this stuff out, and the YouTubers keep grabbing it, and they keep gassing folks up, and I'm just sitting here like, whatever happened to taking care of yourself? I mean, people are getting gassed up on this. And I want you to understand, the first stimulus proposal hasn't been fully implemented. There are still people who have not gotten their $1,200. And, oh yeah, that whole thing about the gig workers still aren't getting their checks. They're still not getting their checks. There is a problem with the unemployment offices and the federal government. There's a problem there where these gig workers, they're still not getting their checks. So the first promise hasn't been fulfilled, yet here are these other potential promises for the future. I mean, hello? Can you get a little common sense here? I mean, this is one of the craziest things, because I'm sitting there like, there's still people, there's dead people that got their stimulus checks. So it is crazy. It is really, really crazy how many people are being seduced by this. So I believe this is intentionally being done to keep the masses at bay, to keep hope alive, because it's not going to happen. There is no way the government's going to create a program that's going to pay you more money than you were making and like the last live stream I did with, about the business owner who got the PPP loan and her employees were pissed. I went ahead and looked up some stuff, and this is kind of wild. This is really, really wild. All right. The $600 unemployment booster shot state by state. Before the virus, people receiving unemployment benefits in most states got on average less than half their weekly salaries. Now, as millions file claims, many are poised to receive more money than they would have typically earned in their jobs, thanks to the additional $600 a week set aside in the federal stimulus package for the unemployed. That calculation is based on the analysis of the so-called replacement rate, which is the share of workers' wages that's being replaced by unemployment benefits. And I mean, if you're in Maine, New Mexico, just depending on what state you're in, if you're in this top half of these states, you're going to get like way more money. And that's like I said, I think that is starting to happen. You got people who don't want to go back to work. So it is very interesting. So all of these states with these green, you're getting way more money. You're getting way more money than you were working. And from a mindset standpoint, that is going to be harmful going forward. Luxuries once tasted become necessities. You sitting at home, you were working your job and you were making like $2,400 a week. Now sitting at home, you're making $4,500, You got more money than you ever had before. You ain't working. You got more time than you ever had before. When I was in the military, there was they would only let you take so much leave at a time because after so long you would lose your military bearing. Well, the same thing's going to happen with people who are getting this additional money. They're going to be irrevocably altered. It's like, hey, I don't really want to work. I can get money for not working. Come on, man. You need to keep giving me my stimulus. You need to keep giving me this check because I'm telling you, this is going to be, if any one of these promises comes out to be real, they're going to have to institute universal basic income because you cannot give people this type of money and then take it away. You just can't do it. You cannot give people more money sitting at home doing nothing and then tell them they got to go get a job that's going to pay them less money. That's just going to be a big old disconnect. And the Democrats, the ones who are really pushing this, I know what their goal is votes. Their goal is votes. And as long as we could keep dangling this little promise out here, and during an election year, and maybe we can get those votes, because from a feasible, workable standpoint, it ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And you have so many people who are looking for this. I mean, literally, if you go ahead and start doing stimulus updates, that's the key word, stimulus update, something, you're going to get crazy views. There's a girl who is in one of my video groups, and she did a stimulus video, and she only has like 1,900 subscribers. She got 67,000 views in less than 12 hours. And it was like, oh, it's your heart. No, it's the topic. It's the topic. And if you do more, because the thing is, the stimulus thing is going to keep going on for a minute. They're going to keep talking about it. They're going to keep dangling it out there. They're going to keep these conversations going because this is a marketing plan. This is a marketing plan. This is done intentionally to give people hope, to keep people, on the string. Because I'm just sitting here because every time I see the stimulus plans get more and more outrageous. And I'm just sitting there like, these folks were making this kind of money to begin with. And I'm looking at the mindset of the average American. And the mindset of the average American is crap right now. Go ahead and give me this stimulus money. And I see it. It's like, hey, we were able to fund these wars. Give me some free money. And I'm here to tell you what's going to happen, because there's two arguments to universal basic income, that people are going to start being free to be innovative, to create. And I'm here to tell you, it ain't going to happen. We get universal basic income based upon our culture. Look what happened when people got their stimulus check. Where'd they go? They went to Walmart and bought some flat screens. That's what a lot of people did. Walmart literally ran out of flat screens. They stimulated Walmart's economy. I'm here to tell you, you're going to, because the thing is, this is why mindset is so important. It's so critical. Your mindset will lead you to be productive. That's where your mindset is a habit. Your mindset is what's going to get you into a different mental sphere. But we've got people with some bad mindsets, because if they were able to sit down and do simple math and to look at the history of the United States government and these promises, remember the mortgage modification, where millions of people applied, but only like 4,000 or 5,000 people got the modification. That happened. And like I'm just telling you that this is being done intentionally to gas you up, to give you hope, to keep you on the string, to keep you pretty much dangling. And it is it's crazy because like one of the reasons I did not start doing the stimulus videos because I felt that we would move past this, but I read that wrong because I'm looking at it from my purview and I'm not looking at it from the purview of the average American. I'm not looking at it from someone who's struggling to pay their car note. I'm not looking at it from someone who's struggling to pay their rent. When you look at it through those lenses, oh man, this the best thing ever. This is the hope. Big Daddy government gonna save me. And what it's gonna do, because one of these things is going to get worked out. I don't think it's going to be $2,000 a month. I think it'll probably be like $1,000 a month, and it will not be generous. And I don't think you're going to be able to get the $1,000 a month, and then the unemployment. They're going to work all this stuff out. It's just not going to be as generous as it's been proposed, but some of it's going to work out because there's too much of a need. There's the states are opening up, but there is no bounce back economy. There is no bounce back. There will not be a bounce back. And you have to ask yourself, why are they still thinking about these stimulus packages for 6 months or longer? What do they know that we don't know? And I can tell you that this thing is going to go on much longer than many people hope or wish. We may not have a college football season or an NFL season. It may not happen. And I know that people are like, what? It may not happen. It just depends on how this thing does during the summer. But it is crazy when you look at the mindset and you look at the lack of self-reliance and you look at so many things that are going on. But the first hook was an additional $600 per week and the $600 a week for gig workers, which still hasn't happened yet. Many gig workers are like, hey, where's my money? I've applied. I'm not gotten anything. There are people who are due regular unemployment. They've applied and they haven't gotten any money. So it's going to be nasty when this thing gets to a certain head. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Phillips, I'm stuck at home working. Cool. They're talking about 10,000 in K exchange for 1 year permanent deferral, Social Security and Medicare. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Ben, they need folks to be comfortable with staying at home. Pretty much. They call it the blind leading the blind. Ride sharing 101. The politicians are out of touch with their constituents. They thought the initial EDA loans would take 3 days to process. It took 2.5 weeks, and the money ran out quicker than that. Mr. Sharp, you haven't got your check? Glendon on YouTube, like, there goes the neighborhood. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Alvin, the stimulus packages are a social management tool. Pretty much, Alvin. That's the thought that I was like, because there's a reason that they keep coming up with these packages and these proposals. And just the mere fact that they're talking about it at a congressional level, but nothing's been passed. It's just, it's like the promise of this to come in the future is enough to pacify people. All right, K son, you got your money. Reigning woman. I don't even think many people, it could be a setback. I don't think people are going to get the money. Yep, dead people have gotten this money. God is no, this is scary as hell. Why are the Dems proposing such ambitious new stimulus package? I was cool with the 1,200 and the big ass unemployment checks. It's possible to have to. Well, going back to what Alvin said, it's a social management tool. This is to keep people pacified. JB Weld, her employees let their real feelings toward her known. She really has no choice but to can them and get new ones. You cannot keep working after showing that kind of disgust with a boss. Pretty much. You should bank your stimulus money. We have no idea how long this thing's going to last. Self-driven people will do even more better in these socialist environments. The people who know how to absorb currency through service, we end up with more currency. Oh yeah, because the thing is, this is going to reveal who in America is a hustler and who isn't. Pretty much, Alvin. Pretty much. Pretty much. JB Well, pretty much being bribed with your own money. And been the bartender. I've talked to my coworkers and they say they will not go back to work until the benefits are exhausted. That's what I'm talking about, what was going to happen. That's exactly the mindset that I was talking about. Luxuries once tasted become necessities. You cannot just give people a lot of money for doing absolutely nothing and don't think that's going to impact them. This is some stuff that I've been predicting for a minute. AKW beats. I'm getting the best of both worlds. I still got my job, and my wife's getting unemployment of $8.92 per week. She was only making $4.40 a week working a job, stacking. Whoa, man. AKW beats. Uh, Most of the stimulus money will go to Walmart and Amazon. Ben the bartender, they're making 2x more. See? Goddess, I agree. We're being set up for something. Things like Friday the 13th movies. The teenagers are partying, drinking by the lake. Then Jason's come through and slashes everyone's throat. Stay woke. I mean, there's something that's going to be coming with this. Agent J. Poole, this is what I've been saying. All the helicopter money is going to delay the economy into 2021. No one goes back to work until they make more at home to Amazon and Netflix all day. Junie just had a baby last week. Congratulations. So my boyfriend getting laid off last week was a blessing in disguise. He's now making more than. Woo! Woo! We gonna see how long this lasts. Brian Bell. I was one of the few employees who didn't get laid off but had my hours reduced. The coworkers who were laid off are getting 700 plus a week. I'm working barely, getting 400 a week. It's more in the game, man. I mean, because I've just noticed that you consistently see these videos, and like if you're a brand new YouTuber, all you gotta do is a stimulus video, and you're gonna like boom. I mean, because the thing is, this is how YouTube works. When there's an audience for a certain topic, and you make a video about that topic, YouTube pushes that video to that audience. And this is why literally Clearview Tax, another account, everybody, like Clearview Tax, sometimes he'll put up a video and get 1 million views in less than 24 hours. Because there are people who want that type of information about these stimulus packages and stuff. And it's insane. I mean, there was this girl, she went from 20,000 subscribers to 100,000 talking about the stimulus. This one guy, he went from 20,000 to 50,000 last time I checked, talking about the stimulus. And one of the things you've got to understand is there is something else. There's a deeper game at afoot, because I'm like, why do they keep coming up with these packages and proposals? Because there's like roughly 4 different proposals being out, and they're just discussing them. They haven't voted on anything. They just got them out there. So one of the things I think is going to happen is, because you got to be aware of this, because you've got to take this time to get your mindset right. And I understand that many folks were just caught completely unaware. I mean, one day you were working, the next day they told you to stay home. And there's a desperation out there, there's craziness out there, there's so much need out there that people are going crazy with it. Steve James, I'm never going back. I mean, you got to ask yourself, why do they keep putting this out there? Because this is one of the questions. Because it's a mindset problem. Because many people out here will take whatever they can get to help their situation out. They're not about doing what they need to do. And the mindset is going to be critical, because if you are a hustler, This is your time to shine. I want you to look at your so-called competition. They don't want to work. I mean, if you, I'm telling you, this 2,000 a month. If you marry, you get 2,000. Your wife gets 2,000. You both unemployment. That's like $9,000, $10,000 a month. You know, most Americans have never seen that kind of money. Most Americans have not seen 10. Like what you would do is create such an attitude. People will be like, all right, we got to keep this going on. We got to keep this up. I like this. I like getting this money. And every month I get these checks. And every week I get this check from unemployment. I like this. We got to keep this going on. Because the thing is, if you give people that and then you take it away, this is when we're going to have anarchy. This is when people are going to lose it because, like, just watch the stimulus videos and dive into the comments. Many people want to rent seek. They don't want to do anything. They just want to get this check. I'm in America. Hey, if we got money for wars, then they got money for me. And it goes against many of the things that I teach. It goes against many of the things that I try to indoctrinate you guys with. It just goes against so many of these things. And we have people who are out here just trying to get that money. Just trying to get that money. And it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So you're going to get. So let's talk about the right mindset to have during this. There's going to be so many opportunities for those who are looking. Because, see, the people who are watching these stimulus check videos and looking to be saved, looking for a handout, they're not looking at the opportunities. They're not even focused. That they have no interest in these opportunities. And there's going to be so many opportunities available for people who want to work. This is a notion that I've talked about many times of like, if you start giving people money for sitting at home doing nothing, you're going to create a dependent class of people. You're going to rob people of their ambition. I'm the only one talking about this because everyone's making these. It's like, hey, you can get this $2,000. I'm your friend. I'm bringing you good news. And really, this is going to be very interesting going forward because they're going to get one of these packages passed, but it's not going to be the generous package that they're proposing because this is the proposal. And then they're going to look at it. And I think it may be something like $1,000 a month, something like that, because there is a danger in giving more people more money for not working than when they were working. You run into a red area with that. It gets humans, man, dealing with humans. Then the bartender folks will realize that the government can pay whoever, whenever they want, just pick and choose who gets the bag. Eric Williams, every man, woman, and child was allotted 250,000 after Hurricane Katrina. How many folks got it though? Very, very few. Years later, many folks gave up trying to get it. Trust this will be the same. That's what I'm saying. It ain't gonna happen. The first stimulus package, people didn't. There's a lot of people who never got that money. They're still waiting on that money. There's many gig workers who still are not getting the unemployment. The art of becoming more. Glendon, uh, JB, well, we're going to have a very large dependent class. It's going to be much larger than it is now. If we get any one of these stimulus packages, Frank Musa, money management courses. Are you doing 50% for coming today? Appreciate your work. Sure, I'll do that. JB Well, the American Republic will endure until the day Congress discovers it can bribe the public with the public's own money. Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, I want you guys to be aware of the gotcha because this is just a promise. And this is part of marketing. There's a reason that they keep bringing this stuff up and it's not been passed into any law. There's a reason. And it's to keep you, because see, this is one of the things. When you tell someone, like, take day trading and Forex, there are people who know that you can make a lot of money with Forex and day trading. There are some people who are making a grip with Forex and day trading. And just that belief alone creates this attitude that I can potentially do it too. Which then in terms results in a lot of folks losing a lot of money day trading and doing Forex. Just my luck. I'm an essential worker. Job made me full time. Pay raise is crazy. As soon as I got everything in order to work for myself, I'm tired all the time. But now I have to do my business little by little. Hey, been the bartender. They had to have proof. Well, this is one of the things that's messing up the gig workers because the unemployment office is asking for pay stubs and they're asking to speak to their supervisor. And if you're an Uber driver, you don't have a supervisor. Okay, you have to understand it's scary for a lot of people out there. No job, no stimulus check, no unemployment, no savings. It ain't no joke, man. KV, I'm beginning to understand that because, see, I will say that I'm out of touch with the average American because my life isn't that of the average American. And this is one of the reasons that I did it, and it was a bad mistake not to do the stimulus check videos. It was just a bad call on my, because I am out of touch. I am out of touch with the average American, which makes it hard for me to understand the average American. And this could be a problem going forward because I'm sitting here and I'm just looking at, like, every day I see some new YouTuber who's doing the stimulus check video literally blow up, and I'm just sitting there like, what is going on? And then I begin to dive into the data because the comments is the gold. And I was like, oh, this is why people are watching these videos like crazy. Ride sharing. My girlfriend is a ride share driver here in the San Francisco Bay Area. She filed for unemployment mid March. She hasn't received anything yet. I still have my city and county job, so we're doing fine. Travis K is my supervisor. Erica Williams, average driver gets 1,500 plus a week every Friday. I literally hear them say their bank accounts are negative. Good Lord. All right. I don't go to Walmart, man. I don't go to Walmart. A lot of Floridians are finding out that our unemployment system was designed to fail. Hey, many of the states' unemployment. Let me do something here. Some gig workers are getting zero in unemployment benefits. They're getting zero. Gig workers frustrated with the lack of unemployment benefits. Entrepreneur Colin Chapman practiced hypnosis, thought through therapy and entertainment, as well as driving for Uber. I simply never expected us to be locked down at this point, Chapman says. It's a lot of fun, very rewarding. I want to get back to it. He's been without income for over a month now and said he is frustrated that he isn't receiving unemployment benefits after filing for unemployment through the CARES Act and being denied. On Saturday, government launched the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. I mean, this is what's going on. There is the promise, and then there is the reality. And this is what's getting people. They're caught up in these promises, and they're ignoring the reality that a lot of folks are not getting any money. Folks who are entitled to get the money through the CARES Act, this would be gig workers, this would be Uber drivers, they're not getting the money. There's still some folks who haven't gotten their $1,200 check. I'm telling you, this is going to be crazy how this is going to go down. It's going to be crazy. Man, I keep hearing stuff about Florida. Junie, I know. Kevin Davis, yes, these unemployment systems are cracking. Stop struggling now. G, 70% of Americans do not have $1,000 equal 2 million. Now you know why the stimulus check info is serious. Stop struggling now. I'm gonna have to agree with you. Florida swimming in Rona juice. Doing nothing. When I asked one of the employees, these people don't work, she said they're on welfare. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Martez, I filed for unemployment and was denied. So I'm researching how to start a YouTube channel. It's going to be technology. Being the bartender. You gonna sell some meat, man? Woo! I mean, this is not just Florida. This is many places. Mohar, you can make money through a podcast. All right, Melanin Mom, you gonna sleep later? Man, I'm telling you, this whole thing that is going on with America right now, these are some strange times. And like I have to look at myself because I am out of touch with the average American. And this creates my philosophy, which isn't one that is widely shared. And I'm going to have to make some adjustments because, when like, let's talk about the morality and ethics videos. So many people were like, forget all that. Go ahead and get what you can get. And I'm not going to suspend my ethics and morality. However, I'm going to have to make some adjustments because I'm just looking, because the thing is, I live in truth. And one of the things that I'm looking at is the response to these videos. And I have to ask myself, pretty much as someone said in the comments, the average person to have $1,000, and this is why this $1,200 check stimulus is so serious. And, you know, it is serious. It's very serious because I didn't understand. I knew, because I've been doing the numbers here. I've been talking about the numbers for a while, but I didn't know. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know how bad it was. And this is just showing me that, people could come up with okay videos and literally blow up because of the topic. These videos are not, well, like Clearview, he just sits there. He's like this. He's got papers and he reads off of it. And this is just how important these stimulus check videos are. Terrell, what does America look like in a year? Looks like it looks like today. This is for those of who's come on top with the current system will also come on top if we devolve into lawlessness. Me and my family are going to survive. That moment you realize he didn't see was the movie was a prophetic documentary. Well, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to make some adjustments because, like, I took the last 2 days off because I needed a break. And, I had to, I did a lot of thinking because I'm just looking at what people are responding to, what people are looking for, and it's really interesting. I didn't realize it. I mean, it is crazy what is going on. All right, so to continue to do my part, All right, so the link is under the YouTube channel for you to get the Hustler's Mindset Pimping Your Mind for Success audiobook and for you to get the mindset course. All of that is below. So go ahead and get that. And then, let's start working on the mindsets because, there's a lot of people who are really in a bad situation. They don't have any money. They're just struggling. They're scared. And even though the state's opening up, this isn't going away. And this is going to be with us for a while. So go ahead and get this course. Go ahead and get your mental strength up because that's what you're going to have to do to weather these times. You're going to have to become mentally strong. Rules for rebels. Nothing's going to go back to normal in 2 weeks, man. We're looking at next year. Agent J Poole, I understand that. Kevin Davis get some of those thirsty views. Extraordinary money. I didn't qualify for anything. But, so that's all I got for you guys. I will see you guys later.